Capricorn and their sensitive side. I'm Lamar Townsend. If you're a first time watcher, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Contact me at Lamar Townsend Tarot for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading or birth chart reading. If you have any questions, please check out the FAQ section as well as the personal ethics section. Once again, on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, okay? lamartownsendtarot.com. All right. Also, please like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. Subscribe and also follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend, okay? Capricorn and their sensitive side. Now, Capricorn gets a rep um, for being, cold, callous, and calculating. And Capricorn is all of these things, but Capricorn is also very sensitive, caring, and protective, right? The thing is not often people get to see this side of Capricorn, because Capricorns have the ideology of, once you step outside the door, you cut your feelings off. Once you interact with the public and have to go out and go about your day-to-day business, there's really no need to get your feelings involved unless the moment requires you to, right? Capricorns would much rather always take a cold, detached kind of perspective of things at all times. Um, the thing is that changes when Capricorn gets in the home. When Capricorn gets around people in a very intimate setting, with people that they love and trust and care for. It's like a different side of Capricorn. You see a very sensitive, caring, nurturing side of Capricorn. Don't get it twisted, like that cold, callous, calculating side is always there. But at least at home, in an intimate setting, one on one, when a Capricorn trusts you and you've proven, that you are worthy of being in that Capricorn's life, Capricorn puts the guard down a little bit, warms up, softens up, a little bit. And then, of course, over time, they soften up more and more and more, and then you see them for who they really are, which is really just a soft, cuddly, a little bit insecure, or a lot of bit insecure teddy bear inside, right? Who just has a really, really tough exterior, has really thick skin, you know. For the most part, excuse me, I have allergies. But for the most part, a Capricorn just has really, really thick skin, you know. Um, they definitely have a sensitive side to them, and I think, even people who aren't close to them, but are close enough to them to see it, like I think even those people like get to see it, like those friends who or those coworkers who you meet at the lunch table, at a certain time, and you really only interact with them during that time, and maybe you might see them, hey, how are you, outside of work. Even that, like, moment, that enough of that interaction allows you to see the sensitive side of Capricorn, if a Capricorn doesn't know you, they're just going to be standoffish because they don't know you. So you kind of have to, they have to warm up to you, and you can't lay it on them thick at first, because then they're not going to want to know you at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, it's little bits by bits. That's how Capricorn operates. They give you little bits of information, little bits at a time. They don't give you all of them at once, right? A Capricorn who gives you all of themselves at once is an insecure Capricorn. All right, or a Capricorn who just really, really likes you and doesn't know how to restrain themselves and their emotions. I mean, either way, it's kind of an issue, right? But I mean, your choice, your life. But anyways, Capricorns, you know, don't show their sensitive side often, because people try often to manipulate them using that same sensitive side. Oftentimes people will play into Capricorn's emotions and push, or try to push, because Capricorns see right through it each and every time. They'll try to push the right buttons to get Capricorn to do what they think what they want Capricorn to do. And Capricorn might go along with it if the incentive is great enough. Otherwise, Capricorn is going to stop showing you that sensitive side because they see you trying to take advantage of that. And they're going to go back to being cold, callous, and calculating, and probably even more than before, even more cold, calculating, and callous. So, when a Capricorn, softens up and brings down their walls, puts their guard down, like, don't take that for granted. Most Capricorns don't allow people in, you know? And just as quickly as they allow you in, they can put you right back on out, if you try it, if you push a boundary, if you know, take advantage or try to take advantage, try to manipulate. So I think Capricorn just knows that emotions, and getting things tangled up with emotions gets sticky because your emotions are involved. So you can't really act rationally, logically, because your emotions are involved. You have an attachment to an outcome, you have an attachment to a situation. But when you aren't attached, when you are detached, when you are not emotionally involved, very just kind of surface level, you don't have to worry about any of that. You can make logical decisions. You can make rational decisions. Okay, this person needs to be cut off because they're trying to manipulate me, they're trying to take advantage of me. Whereas if my emotions were involved, it would be maybe like, I know this person is trying to manipulate me and take advantage of me, but because I have love for them, because I think I love them, because my emotions are involved with this person, I can't cut them off just yet. You know? So that's pretty much how Capricorn prefers to operate, logically, rationally, right? When it comes to like decision making and what you need to do moving forward, logically speaking, right? What makes sense? What makes the most sense? Not what do you want the most? What would be most pleasurable? What no, what makes the most sense, right? In Capricorn, remember, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is all about restrictions. So Capricorn is good at self restraint, right? Capricorn is not afraid to sacrifice pleasure for whatever, pleasure for success, pleasure for stability, pleasure for security. You know what I'm saying? Or security for pleasure. Yeah, pleasure for you know. Hold on. Pleasure for security. Capricorn is not afraid to sacrifice. Wait, I think I did I say that the right time? Capricorn is not afraid to sacrifice pleasure for security. Capricorn is not afraid to sacrifice security for pleasure. Yeah, that would be more of an Aries. I think if I switched it to security for pleasure, I feel like an Aries kind of energy. So I think I said that right. Basically, a Capricorn would rather be secure than take a risk. Remember, Capricorns are kind of risk adverse, right? They are they're an Earth sign ruled by Saturn, so everything needs to be logical. Every step needs to be perfect, so to say. Every step needs to lead to another that eventually leads to success, right? So if a Capricorn has to make a decision, very kind of irrationally, very kind of here I go using that. If a Capricorn has to make a very kind of quick decision along their path, they would much rather make a rational decision than an irrational decision, aka a decision mixed with emotions. According to a Capricorn, now a decision mixed with emotions does not always have to be an irrational decision. I think, personally speaking, this could be the Capricorn in me An irrational decision is a decision based on solely emotions, right? A rational decision can be a decision based on emotions, but as well as intellect, the mind, right? All right. Anyways, this is becoming a different video. Nonetheless, Capricorns would just like much rather not get their emotions involved. They're very sensitive. They're very um, sweet people. Very kind of very sensitive souls, you know. But they're just really, really good at hiding it. And 9 times, 8 times out of 10, they just have a really, really thick skin. Don't get it twisted. Capricorn, you know, gets down. Capricorn cries. Capricorn, you know what I'm saying, goes through the motions just like all the other zodiac signs, except Capricorn picks him or herself back up, dries those tears off, beats their face or combs their hair, does whatever they need to do, you know, put some cologne on, some perfume, whatever it is that makes them feel good, and they walk out that door and they, you know, work it, all right? They just own it, all right? And they just be better. They do better than, you know, they do better than yesterday, and they try to be better than they were yesterday, you know? So don't get it twisted. Capricorn is sensitive. We are just good at hiding it, and we have thick skin for the most part, all right? Now, don't get it twisted. Sometimes our emotions do get the best of us, but that is usually not a good thing for the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like when a Capricorn, the most cool, calm, collected zodiac sign in the zodiac, loses control, just imagine the most cool, calm, collected zodiac sign for the most part of the zodiac just loses it. Emotionally loses it. And we have to remember that their polar opposite sign is Cancer. So, kind of when you lose it, when you kind of fall into that dark side, you kind of inhabit certain qualities of your opposite polar sign, right? So the opposite of Libra, for example, Libras are mostly known for being very peaceful, kind of serene, neutral people, kind of like Capricorn as well. Their polar opposite is Aries, ironically. So imagine a Libra losing control. Cancer is known to be emotional, moody, crabby, right? So imagine once again a Capricorn losing control of their emotions. Capricorn is the sea goat, so they're already emotional by default, right? But that ambition, that fervor for success, for life, that need to win, to be the best, that need to always improve themselves and be better than they were yesterday, makes up for the shit that they get from the world that causes them to be such sensitive souls, right? So they have thick skin, but they are sensitive. And don't you try and take advantage of it, because they'll be able to see right through it. They have like one of the best BS detectors. I would compare it to it's a similar detector like Scorpio. Scorpio has a really good BS lie detector, like innate in them. So Capricorn has that kind of similar innate BS lie detector in them. So when you try to manipulate them, they're going to see through it. You're going to get cut off. You're going to get that cold, callous, calculating side of Capricorn. It is what it is. All right, people, contact me for your own personal private tarot reading at lamartownsendtarot.com. Please also purchase your own birth chart reading, okay? Visit my personal ethics section in the FAQ section if you have any questions. Also, if you would like to follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend and like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend official, you can do so, okay? Thank you. And I'll catch you in the next video, okay?